The rectangle wrap is one of the most time-efficient wraps you can perform in the salon. Changing the tool diameter for a wrap or varying tool diameters within a wrap will give you many options to work with. Practicality and versatility make the rectangle wrap a good choice for many clients. The front of the center rectangle may also be wrapped toward the face. This exercise is performed on straight, uniformly layered lengths. The rectangle wrapping pattern is wrapped using the same diameter tool throughout and varying tool lengths as needed. The finished perm design shows a repetition of curl texture with movement away from the face at the front and downward at the sides. The art shows 5 sections, with a center rectangle extending from the front hairline to the nape. Note that this rectangle usually becomes slightly narrower at the nape. The sides are divided approximately in half, depending on the size and shape of the head, as well as the tools to be used. Longer and shorter rods will be used to adapt to the head shape as needed. 1 diameter bases will be used throughout the exercise. Distribute the hair back off the face. Use the length of the tool to determine the width of the center rectangle. Use the tail of the comb to section the rectangle. Use a shorter length tool to measure and taper the rectangle to narrow slightly in the nape. Use the longer tool to measure the width of the front rectangle on either side and section the front of each side from the back. Begin at the front of the center rectangle. Use the diameter of the tool to measure a 1 diameter rectangular base at the front hairline. Distribute and project the hair 90 degrees from the center of the base to achieve half-off base control and position an end paper for the bookend end paper technique. Wrap downward using the overlap technique. Position the rod half-off base on top of the lower parting and parallel to the base. Fasten the band across the rod. Temporarily position a stabilizer or pick toward the face. Work toward the crown using 1 diameter bases and wrapping with the same technique. Position stabilizers or picks in the direction of the wrap as you proceed. As you work over the curves of the head, maintain 90-degree projection from the center of each base. Continue to position each rod half-off base. At the narrower portion of the rectangle, switch to the shorter tools that were used to measure the section. Continue wrapping with the same technique, positioning each rod half-off base. Position a stabilizer or picks to secure the last rods in the nape area. Check the position of all rods in the section before proceeding. Next, move to the section behind the ear on one side. Continue to use horizontal partings in the overlap technique with half-off base control. Begin wrapping at the top of the section. Choose an appropriate length of tool and measure a 1 diameter horizontal base. Use the overlap wrapping technique and position the rod half-off base. Work toward the bottom of the section, adapting tool lengths as necessary. Position a stabilizer or picks and check the position of each rod in the section. Move to the front section of the same side. Again, use horizontal partings and the overlap technique with half-off base control. Work from the top of the section, beginning with the longer tool that was used to measure the section. Use the overlap technique and position each rod half-off base. Continue using the same technique to wrap the remainder of the section. Adjust the length of the tools to accommodate the hairline and position stabilizers or picks as needed. Repeat the same technique on the sections on the opposite side of the head. Position stabilizers or picks and check the entire head to make sure each rod is half-off base and properly secured. Here we see the finished rectangle wrapping pattern. Place cotton along the hairline and saturate the hair with processing solution. Process and neutralize according to manufacturer's instructions. The finished perm features a repetition of curl diameter with directional movement off the face in the interior and downward movement at the sides and back. This perm wrap is functional and effective while being relatively quick and easy to perform.